What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with our very 128th episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you are excited to be here as well. And if you are excited to be here as well, make sure to go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so then you never miss one of my videos. So it's June, which means it's the most wonderful month of the year. Of course, it's LGBTQUAAIP Pride Month, which is super exciting, right? Well, no, actually it's not. But this LGBTQUAAIP month, I feel like we are all stuck in the sea of LGBT. It seems that anywhere you go, there are rainbows and people celebrating who they are having sex with. Then you go to your favorite store and you see little kids' clothing that has rainbows on it, or it says live, laugh, lesbian. Then you go to the beverage aisle and there is a tea drink that says love is love on it. And then you see an ad with a man acting like a little girl holding up a beer can. And then you go on social media and see that your favorite team has changed their logo to rainbows. Then you turn on the TV, maybe you just want to watch some Netflix and relax, and a character just randomly comes out as gay. It makes you wonder why. Well, I may actually have an answer of why these people are doing this. I believe it is because the LGBTQUAAIP community is becoming a mob cult. Or, to put it more mildly, a non-theistic religion that are taking things from Christianity and twisting them into their own perverted ways. Just think about it. They are using the term pride, which is mentioned in the Bible a multitude of times as something that is bad and can lead to a person's downfall, but they say that having pride in who you are sleeping with is a good thing. This community also stole the rainbow from the Christian community, which the rainbow was meant as a covenant with man and God that God would never flood the earth again. But they twisted it and perverted it into something meaning something that the Bible specifically calls a sin. But this mob cult is able to make fun of Christianity and not get charged with a hate crime, but instead groups that are openly anti-Christian or anti-Catholic or make fun of Christianity are being invited to go to a baseball game. How exciting for them! As there is a group in California called the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgences, who are an anti-Catholic group that dresses up and mocks nuns, and they were invited to take the field at a Dodgers baseball game. Now you might think that this group is something silly and they aren't really making fun of Christianity, they're just protesting. Well, there's a video of them mocking the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Get your puke buckets ready, cause here it comes!
Anymore.
So people saw this video and also the group's webpage, which says, "Go forth and sin more," and they were really troubled by this idea that this group was going to be honored at a baseball game. So people demanded that the Dodgers get rid of this group. They were fine with having a Pride Night at Dodger Stadium, they just were mad at this group for being clearly anti-Catholic. And so the Dodgers gave in and said, yeah, the Catholic community is right. Maybe we shouldn't be inviting these people. So in a now deleted tweet, the Dodgers announced, given the strong feelings of people who have been offended by the sisters' inclusion in our evening, and in an effort not to distract from the great benefit that we have seen over the years of Pride Night, we are deciding to remove them from this year's group of honorees. Hooray! The religious groups won! However, the story doesn't end there, as the Dodgers just performed a sin against the LGBTQUAAIP community, and the mob cult responded by getting mad at the Dodgers. As the LGBTQUAAIP Center in Los Angeles wrote, We at the center know that the religious right, a minority aligned with white supremacy and attacks on reproductive justice, does not speak for all people of faith, including the many people of faith within the LGBTQAAIP community. Oh yes, I bet these drag nuns are so religious that they are making fun of the death of Jesus Christ. I'm sure they are very, very religious. This was an absolutely stupid response, but it worked, as the Dodgers once again changed their mind and decided to apologize to this group and invited them back onto Dodgers Field. Luckily, there are many baseball players that are calling this out, like Cy Young Award-winning pitcher Clayton Kershaw. And all of this just doesn't make any sense because the majority of the MLB players are Catholic. So making fun of Catholics doesn't make sense. Now, in the story, you will realize that this group is openly mocking Christianity. Could you imagine if there was a group of men that dressed up in hijabs and were making fun of Islam, and they were invited to a baseball game? I don't think that would fly over very well, and rightfully so, because the people that practice Islam would be very offended and angry by this. However, the woke mob wouldn't call them white supremacist radicals. They would say, oh, we get it. We get that. Because for some reason this mob cult respects Islam and some other religions, but with Christianity, they know they can get away with it. Honestly, it is disgusting, and I hope that on the day that this anti-Catholic group goes onto the field, there's a trove of people that just get up and leave the game. Or they stay and they boo. This group deserves all the boos, and honestly, they should be charged with a hate crime for attacking Christianity. I mean, what does the Vatican have to say about this? Well, this week the U.S. Embassy in the Holy See decided to fly a Pride Progress flag, so it looks like the Pope doesn't even care. Notice how the U.S. is allowed to fly a Pride flag in a Catholic country, but they would never be able to fly a Pride Progress flag in a country like Sudan, even though both religions, Christianity and Islam, agree that homosexuality is wrong. Why is it that there has to be a double standard here? It makes no sense. If people from the Islamic faith can stand up and say, hey, we don't agree with that flag, then why can't Christians do it as well? So now we are seeing that the Dodgers are sort of shooting themselves in the foot, as inviting this group could lead to a boycott, leading to something we conservatives call the Bud Light effect. As a few weeks ago, as all of you probably already saw my Bud Woke video, Bud Light hired Dylan Mulvaney and they lost a ton of money. Well, the flood of money leaving Budweiser just keeps on coming, as according to the New York Post, Bud Light parent company Anheuser-Busch lost $27 billion in stock value just because of Dylan Mulvaney. So right now, companies have to be on high alert because right now, these crazy right-wing boycotts are actually working. So it makes one scratch their head and wonder why when they find out that Target was trying to jump on this pride train. As Target decided to make a full section in the front of the store for the mob cult to enjoy. As in this section, they had gender-fluid mugs, queer all-year calendars, and books for children 2 to 8 titled Bye Bye Binary, Pride 123, and I'm Not a Girl. Well, I guess you gotta teach the mob cult religion young. However, in the children's department, there was something very special as well. A bathing suit that had tucking technology in it, which means your boy that wants to be a girl can crush his private parts to make it look flat in the front, just like a girl. Along with that, there are onesies that have little pride flags and transgender slogans on it. All of this is for children, which doesn't make sense because children do not need this ideology shoved down their throats. Here's a video of a woman going down the kids section just to show you what she saw.
I just want to kick it off with this baby onesie that has sexual imagery on it. Let's go ahead and peep that little trans heart there as well as the pride heart there, which are both representations of a sexual orientation or gender dysphoria. Super cute to put your baby in this summer. This bib is for all those adults out there who just desperately need their sexual orientation affirmed by babies. It's just a weird look it's passed from me. If I walk into a home and I see a sign that says ask me about my pronouns, I know that I am in the wrong home. Queer liberation is for everyone. Liberation from what? You're free. Queer, 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 queer. Who the fuck designed this? Say gay. Yeah, this whole collection is actually pretty freaking gay. Check out the dress in the romper for children, because obviously children have business celebrating sexual orientation and sexuality.
So this was a big controversy for Target. But then it gets worse, as there were other items that were being sold in the LGBTQUAAIP section that were created by a Satanist. This man is a UK designer, and he owns a company called Apralin. I'm probably saying that wrong, but just go with it. But he had so many wonderful products to display, not just at Target, but also on the company's website. As at Target, they sold peaceful things like sweatshirts with the phrases, "We belong everywhere," "Too queer for here," and "Cure transphobia, not trans people." Then you go on the website and it takes a dark turn, as on the website they sell hats and pins and shirts with the phrases like, "Satan respects pronouns," "We bash back," with some sort of medieval spiky ball on a chain on it. This one says, "Transphobe collector," and it's the Grim Reaper. And then last but not least, there is a homophobe headrest, which just so happens to be a guillotine. These people claim to be peaceful, but then promote violent garbage like this. Remember, these items were not sold at Target, but Target was partnering with the guy that created this kind of stuff. So guess what? People got mad at Target and decided to make them the next Bud Light. As 1 week after there was a boycott called for Target, the company lost a total of $9 billion. And Target was in a panic. So it's time for the question of the day. What in the world does a company do when there's a boycott at their store? Well, they can either A, apologize, B, double down, or C, move everything to the back of the store. Well, the store's losing a lot of money fast, and they knew they couldn't apologize to the mob cult, so they decided to move everything to the back of the store. If you guessed answer C, you are today's winner. So the Pride stuff is still in the store. They did not take it down, they simply took the Pride stuff and pushed it somewhere else. However, for this mob cult, of course that wasn't good enough, as one actress took to TikTok to complain about the moving of these products. As an actress who apparently played in the Twilight series, I've never heard of her before, but she said that moving these products to the back of the store was trying to erase trans people. Just take a look at this video.
So I just walked into Target, and the right behind me here where you see all these lovely swimsuits, that's where the Pride display used to be. And I came in here 2 days ago, and my 7-year-old, who's non-binary, saw it and said, "Look, Mom, it's Pride. Look, they're gonna celebrate me." And because some people complained and threw some stuff to the ground, or I don't know what happened, they have moved the Pride section to the back of the store. So the next time my 7-year-old comes to Target, or rather, I can't bring them here anymore, at least for the entire month of June, because if they walk in, and all the other people who walk in and go, "Where'd it go?" are going to realize that they are being successful in trying to erase them. We could do so much better than this. We're not supposed to negotiate with terrorists. We can do so much better than this.
I'll take things that didn't happen for 600, Alex. It just seems to be so convenient that this could happen to her. And when her child goes into the store and says, "Where's all the Pride stuff at?" you can tell him or her or whatever they are that they moved it to a special place. Once again, they didn't get rid of it. Target still definitely supports all of this woke LGBTQAAIP garbage. All that they are trying to do is avoid losing money and causing conflict and anger by not promoting this satanic LGBTQAAIP crap in the very front of the store. And then you have people on MSNBC saying that if you are boycotting Target because they want to come after your children, then you are an economic terrorist. Just take a look at this.
When Target caves into this, then it says that the moment you threaten the employees of even a very large corporation, you get to control its policies. This is economic terrorism, literally terrorism, creating fear among the workers and forcing the corporations to sell the things you want and not sell the things you don't. So
I don't support violence at all. So if you are threatening to hurt a person that's working at Target because of a Pride display, that's not right. The employees have no control over that stuff. Even taking a shirt and dropping it on the ground is rude, and I don't think you should do it. However, if you decide to say, hey, I don't want to go shop at Target because they're promoting all of this woke crap, I will go shop at Walmart maybe, that's not terrorism, that's capitalism, because people are allowed to pick and choose where they shop. If this actress from Twilight supports Target and wants them to continue to promote this to her child and other children, she should be shopping at Target every single day and promoting their Pride selection. But if you are a person that doesn't agree with it, then you have the right to boycott these different stores, because it's not just Target that is trying to promote all this stuff to your kids. As Kohls is selling this Pride-inspired onesie, I'm guessing that this isn't for adults, but the shirt features a Pride Progress flag and a dog holding a transgender flag. Does this mean that the dog is transgender or the dog supports trans people? The world may never know. Even in the video I showed you about the woman in Target, she explained that they were LGBTQUAAIP onesies, which makes absolutely no sense. There is no need for Kohls or Target or any other store to be selling a onesie with LGBTQAAIP imagery on it, because these babies don't even know what that crap means. What this is a mob cult mob trying to say, look at my baby, it's an ally. Then the baby will poop in it, and the FBI will have to come investigate on if it's a hate crime or not. We all know what these companies are doing. They are trying to teach your children that all of this stuff is normal, when it isn't. It's why there are pride parades on Blue's Clues, where there's a beaver that has top surgery scars. This is why the mob cult is continuing to push for drag queens to read to your children. It is why there are books in the school libraries that talk about things that are not appropriate to children. And this is why they want your children at these different pride events like pride parades and drag shows for children. It is all about indoctrination. And this was evident in Florida, as there was going to be a pride parade in Florida, but an evil, terrible, horrible law was passed, which made it so it was illegal for these people to show children sexually explicit content. So the Pride Parade was canceled. Do you understand this? The government told this group of LGBTQAAI people that they could have their Pride event on one condition: they couldn't show children sexually explicit content. And because of that, the group canceled. What are these people trying to show your children? Why is it that these people want to have these children involved with this group so much? Why do they care so much about the sexuality of children? It is because they have to indoctrinate them early in all of this crap. And if they see a naked man at a pride event, then that's perfectly normal, because at the age of 5, they learn that pride is a great thing, and that guy is just expressing himself. This is why there are different shows for children that are beginning to push this pride propaganda. I already talked about Blue's Clues, but the more popular Sesame Street did it as well. Here is Sesame Street, the show for toddlers and children, pushing this LGBTQUAAIP propaganda to your children.
Elmo and I wanted to share that everyone is always welcome on Sesame Street. This month and every month, we want to uplift and celebrate our LGBTQIA+ family, friends, and communities.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Ariana. From our Sesame Street family to yours, happy Pride! Elmo loves you.
And I love you, Elmo.
I will say it again. Keep your groomy little fingers off of our children. This whole entire episode got me thinking about the past and the future of this whole pride propaganda stuff. And I believe that the biggest lie in American history was this idea that the slippery slope when it comes to the LGBTQAAIP community was a lie. No, the slippery slope is real, and it's true. The slope isn't just slippery, it is laced with oil, banana peels, and other slippery stuff. At first, all that the LGBTQ community wanted was to get married to the person that they love, even though we had civil unions and marriage was a Christian union, which once again they destroyed because, well, they can. And then they claimed that was it. That's all they wanted. All they wanted was to get married, and they would never come after your children. They would never try to promote this in schools. You seriously think that there are going to be grown men in dresses reading books to children? Oh my gosh, you are such a crazy conspiracy theorist. Well, guess what? All of that is happening right now, and I believe that it will only get worse. If the slippery slope is real, which I believe it is, then pedophilia is next. I know, you don't believe me, and you are probably saying that I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist or a scared right-winger, but I'm telling you, this is where it is going if we don't stand up to this crap. There are already people in our community right now that identify as MAPs or minor attractive persons. This is why we have to stand up to this. And this is why I love these different boycotts on Bud Light and Target and all of these other companies. We have to stop this slippery slope, and this is how we do it. By standing up for what we believe in, not giving up even when it seems we are in the sea of LGBT, we are on a boat, and unlike Noah, we are not alone. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.